Hi, I'm angry. Why am I angry? Well, I'm a sports fan. Of course I'm gonna be angry. Oh, well, did your team lose? No, they tied. Well, why are you angry? Well, let me fucking tell you about a team called Toronto FC. Right now, they're the first in the league. They're the first in the league. They're coming off a 4-0 win against New York City. They're the third in the Eastern Conference. It's a good, heated title race between the two. This is an important game you need to win, and they did in amazing fashion. And why am I angry? Well, the next game, it's against DC United. DC United, for those who are unaware, is the last team in the entire league. The worst team, as far as the series is concerned. They had a good history, but this year they're shit. That should be a cakewalk. That should be the easiest game of the season. Much like that Colorado game was supposed to be the easiest game of the season. However, it wasn't. Why? Because Toronto FC cannot finish a game to fucking save their lives. Let me tell you something. Alright. I'm aware of the club's history. I'm a fan. I've lived in the city. You probably have too. Otherwise, why are you watching this video? That's weird. And I'm aware. They were around for like 10 years. They didn't even make the playoffs until 2015, where they didn't even score a goal and got eliminated by fucking Montreal. And then they showed up the next year. They had this great run. And it really was a great run. And then it was easy to fall in love with them. They made it to the final. They lost in penalties. We don't talk about that. However, they made it there. And then this year came. We were all excited. We were expecting them to be good. We were all grateful that they are good. Then what's the problem? Well, the problem is they can't focus. They cannot focus. Listen. Explain to me how they can go from killing one of the best teams to tying with one of the worst. If you can do that, you should be a lawyer. You should be a lawyer because you can fucking talk your way out of anything. But, Abe, you shouldn't complain. At least they're still number one in the league as long as Chicago doesn't win. They might, probably will. It's Chicago, they're fucking great. Okay. Let me put this in a completely different context. So you would understand my frustration at the moment. And you would even understand why I'm not even more frustrated. However, we'll take things one step at a time. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they're a hockey club. You probably know that. You're probably a Toronto sports fan, unless you're my friend Allie from Twitter, who is not a Toronto sports fan. She's just very supportive. And you're probably aware of where the Leafs finished 2 years ago. Last. Drafted Matthews. Going into the season, you take anything. 27, finished 27, that's sad, but at least they improved. To 25, that's not a disappointment at all. That's a big jump. That's 4 teams that they jumped over. Not 5 teams, 5 spots, technically. But if they don't make the playoffs, that's okay. It's about the future. It's not about right now. Fast forward to March. Month left, they're second place. Switching around second and third, but they're mostly up there. They're up there. Second place in the Atlantic. They're going to play Ottawa. Probably have home ice advantage, and I know, every game against Ottawa is home ice advantage, blah, 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 blah. That's not the fucking point. The point is, they were there. Second in the division, with a month left. Mathematically, they can still win the division with a month left. And then they start to fall. And fall. And while they're falling, New York Islanders are pushing up. Tampa's pushing up. And then it's starting to look like they're not going to make it. 3 weeks left. They were second very, very recently. Would that be a disappointment? Yes, it would. Because context is everything. And the context here is that we have a team that's supposed to be a world killer, on paper at least, that cannot and will not finish games against the shittiest teams. And we know they can. You can't just beat New York, beat Seattle with your B team, tie New York with your like fucking W team, like the amount of injuries they had when that happened. You cannot have that and then go into a game against one of the worst clubs. And this wasn't a one-off. Happened with Colorado. Happened with DC earlier. At least came close to. You know, lost to Columbus. Columbus, dude. But why am I not that angry? I'm still obviously angry, but why am I not angrier? Well, what happened to the Leafs in the end? They made the playoffs. They almost didn't, but they still achieved their goal. The goal here, get first place, hopefully, if that's still achievable. I mean, it is, but knowing them, is it get the cup? That's still a possibility. At this rate, though, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make it. Thanks or something.